Okay. Three, two, one. We are going live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second quarterfinal matchups for the day. We had great fun at the first quarterfinals, and it was a roller coaster ride. Rook and roll going all in there, taking the category one and two victories, whereas mysterious Magnus coming back in the category three and winning the category three there. Today, we have the second lineup is crazy, where we have the victorious Vishy, named after the legendary Vishwanathan Anand, and popular Polgar, named after another legend, Judith Polgar, or the Polgar sisters there. So let's tune in, all right. And we have in the commentary with me Nihal, Aniket, Karan, and Prakriti. Hi guys, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing good, sir. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing
Good,
great.
Chirag. Everything is good. We're just enjoying
Hello,
the sea.
Chirag. I am good. How are you?
Hello,
Great.
Chirag. Hello, Nihal. Hello, Ankit. Hello,
Great
Prakat.
guys. Great thing about streaming is I get to meet all of you coaches back again on Zoom after a long time. I saw Aniket in the morning there for another one, and now he's back again. Great to see Nihal, Karan, Prakriti on the stream, guys. And so, guys, what are your thoughts about this World Cup, this format, and how are the teams, how are the kids doing? It's probably one of the biggest kids tournament in the world with 3,000 plus kids playing across 20 plus countries. So Prakriti, I'd like to direct this question to you. What are your thoughts about this?
Sir, this is an amazing thing, and it's going in Premier Chess Academy, so it feels great. It feels very good to be part of such thing, and me streaming here is very good for me. So yeah, it's a great thing.
All right. And Nihal, one message if you would like to tell to the kids before starting the game, what would that be?
I'll suggest look for the options. Okay, don't look for only one move and play right away because okay. So usually strong players do the same thing. Look for the candidate moves. Don't look for only one move. Look for the options as well as before playing it on the board. At least look for one move ahead. Try to find out what is your opponent trying to do. Miss what will opponent do. So it basically it will help you to so you'll not give any pieces for free.
Right? That's a great message. Karan, what would you like to say to the kids before the matches start?
I would just say that don't give up. Okay, even though they lost their queen or something like rook or something, we don't know what will happen. Might be the opponent will do some mistakes. Okay, so we should like don't give up on that thing also.
All right, and
Stay on the game.
on that note, Karan, we have some exciting news. The matches have kicked off, and this is the match between the first category where it's match between Rishwan versus Advita. Rishwan is playing from the team Popular Polgar and Victorious Vishy. And guys, so we sort of discussed, right? You guys are picking up teams and picking up favorites. So whom are you rooting for, Nihal? Which team are you rooting for?
I'll take Rishi. Obviously, Rishi. Okay. So our Indian Grandmaster Rook from our and I'll suggest I'll pick up Rishi.
All
Sir,
right,
I'll
and
also go for Team Vishy.
all right. So
Mhm.
Nihal and Prakriti goes for Team Vishy, and Karan and Aniket, you guys are left with the legend, popular Polgar, and yeah.
Do we have
So
any choice?
yeah, okay. Everybody loves Vishy. Everybody loves Polgas. All right. The Polgar sisters are legends in their own way. And here, Advita is playing from Advita, who's playing from Black, is playing from the team Victorious Vishy, and Rishwan is playing from the team Popular Polgars. Okay, so Team Vishy, I guess you are having a great start here. Looks like Black is in a comfortable position. And yes, your thoughts about this game, guys.
Yes, sir. Black is literally dominating, and we can say the team Vichy is dominating us right now. I don't think White will make some any better
Okay.
moves here. The Black
Okay,
will
the
take
queen
comfortable.
is just
Okay.
gone.
Still, it's winning. There's no need to worry. Team Rishi will win easily.
All
All
right.
right.
So this is the first game. All right. Let's jump on to the next game from this category. Let's jump into the next game. Just a second. Let me pull that up. All right. Okay, the next game is already over where White has already won. So let's just check. Parish, Akshaj, and Great Groot. All right. So Parish Akshaj playing from the Victorious Vishy. Victorious Vishy already takes home the win. And Great Groot. So Victorious Vishy looks like is already on 2 points. Popular Polgar trailing back. All right. But it's not over. This is only one category. We have 15 games going on right now in all the three different categories. Let's jump into the next game. We'll come back, we'll analyze this later also. If the parents or the kids are in the chat, we just don't want to miss out on any of the action. That's why we'll tune into another game very quickly. All right, this is the third game in category 1, and again looks like White. Okay, the first game Black looked like favorite. Here White again in comfortable position. This time it's Ishant from team Polgar. So Polgar looks here in a very comfortable slot here and looks like White is clearly
Maybe
points
White
up.
is just dominating the position. I think if we
it's
just
first
give, oh,
first
okay.
win for our team.
All right. But
Absolutely, sir.
but Vishy loves knights, right? And
Vishy
Vishy
Yeah.
has
loves night, but these
Yes.
knights are not doing anything as of right now.
Oh, there I
Oh,
can
we
see a
have a
double
beautiful
attack.
move.
Skewer over there. Ah, he missed that.
Yeah, he missed it.
okay, all right. Sorry, what was the tactic? Can you just tell us the
Uh,
audience?
I think this is a
Rook
beginner
C7.
category,
Rook
right,
to
sir?
c7.
Rook
Rook to
C7.
c7, and we can have a skewer over there.
All
The king
right.
can come to b6 after that.
Okay, amazing moves which the kids missed. Yes, Aniket, this is
Rook
the beginner
C7.
category. Beginner category. Aniket, would you like to tell us the audiences what's the beginner category?
Yes, the beginner category means the player, students just started playing chess and they are not well experienced player. They are just started
We
playing
can
chess
use a
3 or 4.
deflection over here with the pawn on a4. With the pawn on a4, we can have a deflection over here.
But sir, king can play to the b4.
Rook
But then
B6.
the rook can come to b6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Then rook can come to b6.
Mhm.
Again, I can say that, yep,
I
a4 is there.
guess still I believe knights are tricky and yes, see.
But white is having a bishop pair
Yes,
and some passed pawn and
Ye to take.
Okay, we
black
lost a
finds
piece.
it, black finds it. That's why the
oh
beginner
it is,
games,
yay.
beginner games are
I
really
think
interesting. But I guess
mhm.
white might go for
I
something like
would
this.
recommend just to move the rook and push the pawn. That's it.
Okay, white finds a fork
We find a
here.
Pawn
fork.
can also push
No, but it's a
b4.
check, yeah, and then white can save the.
But the king will go to e3 and it will be
Yes.
scalar double attack.
All right. So this looks like okay. Ishant Bodin will take home the victory for Popular Polgar in this game. Guys, let's jump to the other categories. We haven't looked at other categories. Category 1 looks like Vishy, victorious Vishys are in the driver's seat with a few games or with 2 games on their hand. All right, let's move on to category number 3. And category number 3, let's look at the top board. Top boards are the highest rated players. So let's look at that. Just a second, let me tune into that match. Oh, the match is already over, and it looks like Rishabh has already won, and INAA26 has lost here in the category 2. So, category 2, let's check. Rishabh was playing from Popular Polgar. So, good news for Popular
Uh,
Polgar. First game is won
at
by
least 2
Popular
2.
Polgar. No, but this is in a different category. So, this becomes one. Sorry. Okay. All right, guys, let's jump to the game number 2 for category number 2. The games are finishing very quickly. The kids love playing fast. We have to pace up. All right, this game is also over in category number 2 here, and it looks like again White has won. White is doing some magic tricks here. White is winning all the games throughout. Let's see. So White was, but this keeps things interesting for us. Aiden Shinto, who was from Victorious Vishy, takes home the victory. All right. So in category 2, the scores are tied up right now. It's 1-1. Let's jump to the game which is going on. Okay, the third game is also over. Black wins here. Black wins. Kids are playing in rapid
Games are
pace,
going on. Yeah, these games are like too fast. Are they playing Blitz?
but Victorious
I
Vishy
think they're
takes
playing bullet.
Blitz. Blitz is there for tie breaks. All right, let's see what's happening here. And okay, oh, this one is interesting, which is still going on. Red Sparrow is playing against Turtle Warrior, both of them with cool names.
Yeah,
Mhm.
white is in clear-cut winning position. Yeah,
So may I know the white player team? May I know the white player team?
White
India,
player
India.
White.
team,
Vishy, team Vishy.
White player team is
It's
Red
team Vishy.
Sparrow. It's again Victorious Vishy. Sad news for Popular
Yay.
Polgar. Victorious Vishy. Popular Polgar is the team from UK and Germany. So from the European side, Victorious Vishy is the Indian team as well as the kids, some kids from Sri Lanka there. All right. Asians showing class in chess over Europeans. Something to see out, look out for. White is winning here. Let's go to some game which might be much more interesting. So category 2 also looks like Victorious Vishy will take home. The victory category 1 also looked like Victorious Vishy. So it's looking like a dominance from Victorious Vishy here. Last match in the category number 2, it's Arya Karthik versus Vidya Wagh here. And all right, black
This is
versus
an
white.
interesting position.
This is a very interesting position, and luckily for a different no on a different note, black is suddenly Victorious Vishy here. All right, and
Uh,
white.
Black, if white is not careful, might get black will get some draws with some perpetual.
All right, and
oh,
is
interesting move.
black getting a queen?
Yeah, yeah, sir. If they try to stop it, queen can come to c3 and check, and then again queen to c1, and we are making a queen.
Oh,
Definitely, I can see that plan as well.
interesting tactics going on here, and our experts finding it in a second. So if the queen tries to stop the pawn,
If
that's what
queen
we
goes to
might.
e2, c3, c1, then pawn to f6. If they make a queen, bishop to f4 check, king goes
Mhm.
somewhere in the back, and queen to e1 checkmate, t8 checkmate.
But if
Oh,
the pawn pushes
so
to
he's saying,
f6, we also have a plan of the pawn pushing to
This
g6,
is
right?
interesting move. This is intermediate,
Oh,
interesting move. Check, and queen is
Yeah.
coming up now on the board.
now looks like again Victorious
now we
Vishy
have.
has taken a victory
So
here, and Victorious Vishy is on a roll. They will join Rook and Roll in the semifinals. Looks like here. Let's jump to category 3 and let's hope in category 3 we see some fireworks there or not. Let's see. Let's see. Category number 3. Okay, game number 1. All right. I guess that game is yet to start. Okay, so we'll join in on another game quickly. Category number 3, all right, an interesting end game going on here in the category number 3. Guys, your thoughts. Let me just tell which color is what. So, Bhavip is black and with the popular Polgar. So, popular Polgar is playing as black and
Okay.
KGN, the kid's name is Jagannath Kiran. All right, so Jagannath is playing with white from the Victorious
Again, I
Vishy.
can say white is having a slightly advantage in this position because if you try to exchange the pawn, then king is in the side of pawn. King will try to capture all the pawns. So it's very hard for black to survive in this game, I think.
All
Actually,
right,
it's
and
very hard
black.
for black to
that's
survive.
winning. Yeah.
So this message coming from our team that they can't able to see the games.
Not able to see the games. Just a second. Okay. All right. Guys, it should be fixed now. Let's see. All right. I guess it's fixed now. Apologies for the technical errors if you're not able to see the game.
Scaling is not showing up. Ah,
No,
there you
sir,
go.
it's fine. It's completely fine
It's
now.
fine now. It's fine now.
All right. Okay, guys, we have fixed it. Okay. Apologies if we
And
missed
I
it. All
think
right. And here,
okay,
okay. All right,
KGN
guys.
won the game.
Yes, KGN won the game. Okay. Let's move on to the next game. If and let's see which next game is happening. Okay, this one is not yet started. All right. So let's see. Okay, this one is already over. This was a game between Dharanish and Himu. Okay, guys, we can probably analyze this from the top and let's see what happened in the game. All right, so Dharanish is white and Himu, I'm not sure. Okay, Dharanish is white playing from Victorious Vishy and Himu is Penchala Himesh actually from Team Popular Polgar. Okay, so it's Dharanish versus Himesh. Let's see, Dharanish is from team Victorious Vishy. Again, Victorious Vishy won. So looks like Victorious Vishy is clearly dominating in all three of the rounds. And let's see, guys. Okay. Guys, your thoughts about the opening choices, opening moves.
Scotch
Uh,
opening, nice one.
All
So
right.
it
One of
looks
the
like a
favorite.
dominating move. The queen has
That was
come
a
out.
bad move. That was a bad move.
All right. So in the Scotch, do you take on d5 or do you play something else?
We take on d4,
All right. Take on d4. The queen comes out.
but that was the problem. The queen, we should not take the knight. Rather than taking the knight back a little bit back. Yeah, back. One more move. Yeah, here we go. So after we take the pawn with the knight white, we bring the bishop. Yeah, we take the pawn with the knight.
All
Yeah,
right.
take the pawn with the knight, and after this we bring bishop to c5 to put more pressure on the knight.
Black doesn't captures the knight on d4.
Black
Black
doesn't
brings the
capture the
bishop
knight.
on.
We just
Yes.
bring the
yeah, they bring the bishop
bishop.
there. They bring the bishop to
We
c5.
bring the bishop to c. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
correct,
right.
correct.
Awesome. Okay. All right.
Then pawn will go to c3. Then queen will go to f6. Then bishop goes to e3. These are some lines.
All
Bishop
right.
goes to e3.
Yes, instead of playing the pawn to c3, can't we go bishop to e3? Just opening the developing a piece and like
Yeah, we
developing the
can go
piece.
to e3 as well, but the queen to f6 will still come.
Yeah, so then it's
There's
still
really
fine.
interesting line over here. If white plays knight captures c6, then instead of recapturing, black can go for queen f6.
Yep.
Here.
Knight captures knight, and instead of recapturing, queen f6, threatening to deliver a checkmate.
Then
And
the only move which is best for white is queen to d2.
yes,
Queen to d2 is the best move for the white. Okay, and then we can just capture the knight with the
The
d2.
knight with the. Okay. Why don't we capture the knight with the queen?
Because it will open up the bishop path, and queen on d2 will get later on attacked by the rook on d8.
That
Okay. All
makes
That's
no
right.
why.
sense. But I personally do not like the double pawn, so that's why I will not do that. Very choicy
there's a
about the
basic.
situation.
There's one trap over there. After queen d2, just place Chirag played on the board. Queen d2.
Queen d2.
Okay. Queen d2, queen
Secondly, we
captures
are
knight.
making
If he goes with the
Scotch
queen captures knight, okay, queen captures knight, knight c3, and black is like that. My bishop on c8 is doing nothing, and if he tries to push the pawn to a d6, and then queen is gone. Bishop to b5, and
And the queen is
Uh,
trapped. Yes,
this is my
yes.
team. This is my
This
team.
is one of the beginner level mistakes which
yes,
usually
yes.
people does.
It happens. Lot of time it happens. Yes.
Lots of time it happens.
All right. Interesting lines in the Scotch. I wasn't aware about any type of Scotch openings here. So interesting lines here in the Scotch opening,
One
kids.
of
If
the
you are
favorite
watching
line.
this,
This
sure,
is
guys.
also one of the favorite line of Gary Kasparov also.
Excellent. Great to
He's
hear. So, Dharanish and Himesh, taking inspiration from the legends there, playing some Scotch lines, but some inaccuracies. And let's see. All right.
Can any of us focus on Dharanish's rating? It's 2050, right?
Yes, Dharanish
Yeah.
is really strong here. Dharanish is 2050 and Himesh is 1364. But Himesh trying to give a fight there to Dharanish, but okay, Dharanish just
Oh, this was literally
Ah,
planned
Win.
being, we can say.
all right. Prakriti proves your
one
point.
single
Why is
pawn can lead
Dharanish
to a king.
2050 showing his strength there and just pinning the queen and winning the match straight out? All right. Excellent game from Dharanish there. Takes a great point for victorious Vishy. Let's see if there was any other game left for us to if any other game was going on. There's some interesting end game which was going on. I'm not sure. Let's see. All right.
This is the first round,
So
right?
yeah, this is the only round. So it's throughout the categories that the games are going on, and all the categories, I guess the games are over right away. Okay, all right. So I guess the games are over for now, and we don't have any games which are going on. Second, kids played really fast, so we couldn't cover all the games. Okay, so this one was the game there in category one where Pariksha Akshaj won against Great Root. All right. And all right. So Victorious Vishy won in the category one a few games. Category two, we saw Victorious Vishy dominated there. Category three also, it showed that all the games were dominated. All games are over, guys. We are getting an update, and looks like Victorious Vishy is victorious in their all the games, in all three categories.
Yay.
All right. So some
Easy.
celebrations there for Nihal and Prakriti
Yes.
and
There is
Victorious
a
Vishy.
there is a mess there is a
Yeah, correct.
message in the chat box which is said by Tushar Sharma. The queen to f6 move in that Scotch gambit was found by Gary Kasparov.
All right.
Oh,
Mm.
Thanks for the trivia.
Wow.
And yes, definitely Gary Kasparov. That's why the legend and considered to be greatest GOAT. There's always a debate who is the greatest of all time, whether it's Magnus Carlsen or Gary Kasparov. Probably because of the engines not being there, no computers, Gary Kasparov there taking slight favorite, some controversial things there to say. But yeah, Magnus is a legend in his own manner. And your thought, guys, who do you think is the greatest of all time, Magnus or Gary?
I
Bobby
would go
Fischer.
with Magnus Carlsen.
I will vote for Magnus Carlsen.
I'll
Same
go
here.
with
Bobby
Rishi.
Fischer. Hands down.
So literally,
Bobby
Magnus
Fischer.
is like a robotic player in the right now world. He's
Nihal, did
playing
you
like
say
an
Vishy?
engine.
Yeah,
Sir, I
yeah.
would definitely support Vishy, but when it comes to Vishy versus Magnus, I'm always with Magnus. I'm sorry for not supporting India.
Mhm.
All right. That's all right. Okay, so if any parents are in the chat and if there are any requests by the parents, we can go through those games. We can analyze them. Uh, so we would be looking forward if you have any requests, if the kids are there, if the parents are there, and all right, let's just
I
look at
think we
any.
can analyze one games from each and every category, the top
Yes,
games.
sure.
Let's see.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Uh,
So it means Victorious Vichy is grabbing all the categories.
Victorious Vishy is grabbing all the categories. Let's see one of the games where probably okay. Let's see this game. This is the on the top board in category number two. Probably we can see from the opening. All right, this game ended in 16 moves. So probably the kids can learn here what do, what not to do, and how the game should not get over so soon. So let me
Absolutely.
just and so it's Ananya playing as black from Victorious Vishy and Rishabh playing from the popular Polgar with white. All right, and in a different scenario, in one of the very few games where popular Polgar has won. So Rishabh has won here and Ananya lost. So let's see where did Ananya go wrong and where did let's see what happened here. All right, guys, what is this opening call?
Sir, it's
Before
like,
it was three nights opening, then it converted into the Italian opening.
yeah.
All right. So the three
It's a
knights.
part of Rilo
Beautiful.
phase and they are playing in Italian.
Awesome.
I'll just say it a copy paste opening.
Yes, it
Copycat
looks
one.
like copycat or a
Yeah.
very kind of a symmetrical structure. Both have castle. All the knights are here. Both the bishops are here. Pawn
Once
chain.
it just remind me of one of the game which Capablanca once played. So his opponent was also doing this copycat opening. So here Capablanca plays bishop to g5.
And
Right.
then
Let's.
later on captures the knight.
Yes.
Yeah,
Later
I
on,
remember that game.
that was very fantastic.
All right. Okay. So the opponent also plays bishop g4 and captures the knight.
No,
I'm
there was a later on things we can, if you want, we can analyze that thing also
okay. All right.
for the
Let's
future
focus. Yeah.
preferences.
For future, let's see this one. Okay. Karan, the kid did not, Rishabh did not go with your move with the bishop g5 or the Capablanca's move.
I
You went with
really,
knight g5.
I really don't like this opening. I really don't like this move. Sorry, on the opening, because first of all, it is just like it is just breaking the rules of chess opening. Like we are moving the same piece again and again. So first of all, that rather than this, bishop to g5 was much better. That
I'll agree
pinning the
with
knight.
Pulgar.
Bishop to g5 was much better. Knight to g5, to be honest, is doing serving no purpose over there. Like what will you do with that knight? Later on, if I just push the pawn h6, and knight will go obviously go to back to f6 or f3, and it will just give an extra move to the black. That's it. So kids should remember this thing, that we should not play same piece again and again in the opening. That's the best advice from an opening.
Right. Great words. All
Most
right.
probably he might have a plan of, knight capturing on f7 because usually kids do that to take the f7 pawn and then later on exchanges can happen and then the queen can also come out. So
Well,
some of the students give that
this is
excuse of playing the knight to
this
g5
is
instead of the
this is this is one of the mistakes people does. Even not the kids, but the, I mean, like advanced beginner or intermediate people who also does this
Ah.
thing. The reason behind this thing, this is bad, the action. If you count down the pieces, we are giving 3-pointer bishop, 3-pointer
Mhm.
knight, so equal to 6. And if we count on over there a rook and a pawn, but if we take some time as well, like how much time does the knight and the bishop took to capture on the f7? So if you see countdown, 1 2 3, 3 moves for the knight and 2 moves for the bishop. If you count down, 3 move for the knight, 2 move for the bishop. And if you count down the moves or rook and the pawn, obviously the pawn didn't move, and the rook, it was like a free piece. Because of the castling, we took the free piece over there. So that means that rook and the pawn didn't even move. So basically, when you exchange, yes, you are getting the same point 6-6, but the time is not the same. White has wasted 5 moves. Over there, black hasn't wasted a single move. So that's the
I
big
will
thing.
agree in this thing. I'll
As
Okay,
well
tell
as
this
one
to
more
all
one
of
more
thing
the
thing I would
is
like to
students
add
as of
here.
right.
Yeah, one more thing I would
Yes.
like to add here. Like I can see like knights and bishops are very great thing to have in a middle game, right? So right now we don't need a rook in the middle game. Rooks basically we keep our rooks and queen major pieces for the end game, and for the middle game
Absolutely.
we prefer to have the minor pieces that bishops and knight. So exchanging the knight and bishop for the rook right now it's not a good time to exchange. Am I right, guys? What do you think? Are you agree for me?
No, I agree with this, but
Mhm.
anytime if you ask the student like why have you played the knight like this, so they'll always have an excuse. Okay, I have a plan of capturing on f7, and that will hamper the castling. So that's what the reason I was giving it. That's it. So
Kids
maybe
want to
this
go
kid
and
also
break.
haven't thought about.
Okay.
Definitely, guys. Kids want to break the castle. Let's see. But Rishabh might have had a plan. That's how he won in 16 moves. So let's see how did he win so quickly. Let's take it ahead. And all right.
Uh,
Oh, that's a
Ah,
mistake. That's a mistake.
that's
Bishop,
that's not a very good
bishop
move.
captures bishop, pawn captures knight, captures simple fork. White missed that.
And
Ah,
getting a queen or a
This
rook.
must be a misclick as of I see it because bishop d5 does not have a purpose. So this must be a
Actually,
misclick.
And
All right.
I don't think this is a misclick. This is must be a muscle memory type of thing.
No,
People
this might
usually play
also be
bishop
a
to
trick where
bishop
he thinks
e6
the knight
this
captures and pawn captures, and he might go for a fork or
double
something.
attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pawn
Maybe
fork. So
that.
maybe.
kids sometimes try this too. All right. So depends upon. Probably Rishabh can tell us more what he was thinking there. Oh, he moved the
I
knight
think
Oh,
back.
white side is over here, bishop d5, black captures with the knight, then pawn captures, queen to h5, and going for queen captures h7. So
I
that
think
knight on
some
f6 is
different player is
defending
playing.
the, huh?
I
But
think some
some
different player is playing. Like, look, white is having 1-3 rating, and he's like doing. I think the mistakes like the beginners. I don't think
no,
like
but
he's at he's
white
at the
has
good
won in
stage.
this game. White has won in this game.
No, no, I'll
Really?
tell you
But
what is
I
white
Okay,
thinking
think
here. Just go
I
back,
actually
go
agree
back.
with Ankit sir. I am
No, no,
agree with
no.
that. Black is and white both are doing like a beginner level mistakes.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the top board on the advanced beginner level category 2, and white was from
Hmm.
popular Polgar, black is from victorious Vishy, black is Ananya, and white is Rishabh. So Rishabh found some tactic in some one. So let's go ahead. Rishabh made a mistake by bringing the knight back. Then the
Hmm.
bishop is safe. So Ananya has four pieces against the three minor pieces. Let's take it ahead. And now, okay. Oh,
Going
oh,
to f3.
still.
Oh yes, checkmate.
Okay.
Oh.
All
Yeah.
right. So Ananya was clearly winning. What should have Ananya done differently here?
The best thing is to save his queen.
So
Just king to h8. Simple that.
it is not like that. Okay. Just go back. Just go back. After bishop h6, there is no, yeah, as Aniket sir said, there is no need to move the rook. When you have a head in material, it is not like that. You need to keep the material as it is. Sometime to defend your king, you need to give that material back. So in this position, instead
And
of defending the rook, you need to move your king to h8.
absolutely.
So your rook can join the attack. Maybe if that bishop is really strong, if white exchange that bishop for the rook, it's a good thing for actually black.
All right.
But I don't think
Also,
that white
I
will
guess
exchange the bishop.
still here
Yes.
knight e7, knight g6.
Yeah, this is also good defending
Yeah.
strategy.
All
But sir,
right.
after
So
that pawn to h4,
This is a very good one, bringing the knight to e7. But I don't
yeah.
think that making a pin is a good thing. I think the king to h8 and rook to g7 is very good. G8 is very good.
king to
Hmm.
King to
h8,
h8, rook to
rook
g8.
g8. All right. And giving up that rook,
We are the
As Nihal mentioned, giving up that rook is
we
not
can just go
bad
to
for
rook to
black.
e8. We can go to rook to e8 also. No need to give up the bishop. Sorry, rook. We can even defend that. No need to give that bishop. Sorry, rook.
And then you're saying
Yep.
queen f3 and then king.
King to h8. If queen goes to g8, then rook here. Everything is defended. We do
All
not
right.
even have to give any of the piece.
And now
Okay.
the queen has to go, and then we can further on play the knight to d4 as well.
All right, and then black is just dominating this position.
Yes,
So Ananya, if you are
Absolutely.
exactly.
watching tips for the semifinals from the experts here, Victorious Vishy moves on, and Ananya also has moved on to the semifinals there. All right, and we don't see any requests in the chat. All right, please analyze Dakshin 20 versus Brave Flash. Okay, so we have a request.
Okay.
Thanks for the
No
request. All
request.
right, so Dakshin 20 versus Brave Flash. Let's see. All right, so that's yes. So this is the third game in category one. Let's quickly look at this game and let's see what happened there.
Who is who?
Just let me
Who
just
is
check.
Rook?
We'll update. So Dakshin is from Popular Polgar and
Okay.
Dakshin versus
Dakshan.
Brave Flash is Ajay Akash, and it's Dakshin versus Ajay. So Dakshin versus Ajay. Ajay is Brave Flash and Ajay is from Victorious Vishy. Dakshin is from. Guys, sorry, it's just loading. Let me just.
So, sir, we can agree with the fact that Victorious Vishy is going into the semis.
Yes, Victorious Vishy is
Yes,
going into
Victorious
this
Vishy is going.
to semis in all the three categories.
Okay, that's amazing.
All right. Okay, guys, some error for loading the game there. Okay, let's just check if we can go through the ID. 1 second. Brave Flash 25. All right, we can have the game here from the ID, and let me just check if the audience are able to see the game. Yes, the game is there. And all right, guys, so let's quickly analyze this game. Brave Flash is black here, and Dakshin is white. All right. So let's analyze this game quickly. What went wrong? What went right? Okay. White played the opening. All right, we see a similar kind of opening. All the kids going for some kind of a king's pawn opening where they get the knights out and the bishops out. Normal opening rules following there. And all right, we are at the sorry, guys. Okay, yes. All right. So Brave Flash is black and okay, awesome. It
This
looks like.
was
Sir,
very
sir, can you come?
fast.
Yes, sir, can you come back a little bit? I think
Sorry for
you
going
missed
too
the point.
fast. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
So can you go a little bit back also from where the white castle? Yes. So white black plague here.
Black plays Bishop
Yeah.
G5,
Okay.
pinning this knight,
Mhm.
Okay.
knight and queen,
Mhm. Mhm.
and white
After that,
just plans. Okay, so this is a common rule, right? If your piece is inside
Mhm.
my territory, I'll just try to
I will
kick it
take it
out.
out.
Oh, here black did a mistake.
Yeah. Bishop
This is a
F5, then
mistake.
Mr.
White
King.
also did a mistake.
Yeah.
Can you
Why?
go
Pawn
back?
to
Can you
D3.
go?
Pawn
Yeah,
to
pawn to
D3 is a
D3.
mistake.
So what
Knight
should
to
white do?
E5. Knight to E5 is the best move.
Knight to E5,
Yes.
but then white will lose the
Yeah,
queen.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
But
I
then
think it's a
bishop
trap.
comes to
Just
bishop
then
takes. That's
bishop
a
will come
trap.
to F7 and
Yeah.
king
And
will
then
go to
king moves
E7.
up. And then
Bishop
the
is not
knight will
there.
come to D5. That's
Okay, guys,
Oh,
checkmate.
the
let's see
bishop is not
this.
there.
Bishop is
Bishop
It's
is
already
not a
not
open.
there.
checkmate. It's
Bishop
not
is
a
not
Yeah.
there.
checkmate. It's
Bishop is
not
not
Bishop
there.
is
a legal
already open.
checkmate.
Bishop is already
It's
open.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, king can go to the F8.
King
Yeah.
will go to F8.
F8 is a square. Oops. Miscalculation.
All right, okay,
Miscalculation.
but interesting lines to see. We are not sure whether the kids at the beginner level or saw this. And let's see. But what was the trick? What were you hoping on? Sorry, if I like bishop.
The
It is a
trick
check.
is the trick was when the bishop, if the bishop would have been on F8, but the bishop is on C5. That's the reason the trick is not workable here.
Oh,
Otherwise, if the bishop was on F8, the knight would have come to D5, and that is a
D5 and
checkmate.
that's a checkmate.
checkmate.
Checkmate, yes.
Okay, all right. So the
It is
king.
known as legal checkmate.
Sorry,
It is
no,
known as legal checkmate.
regal,
Yep.
legal checkmate.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
yeah.
Great
So
trivia.
white,
Great trivia.
We have another request for the game. Red
If the bishop.
Sparrow
When I was a
versus
beginner, like
Thor.
when I was a beginner, I did it lot of times, this checkmate.
When
All
I
right.
was a
same
beginner,
between
I
the
fell
two.
for this checkmate a lot of times.
Okay, what happened next then? D3. Knight and
So
okay.
white attacked the
So
queen.
this is a mistake.
So yeah,
Now black
Ajay played
just
really well over here.
Backer
yes.
move then bishop to G5. Backer move then bishop to G5 would have been to play bishop to E3. Bishop to E3 is much better. We are going to capture the knight on D4. If in the next turn he will not capture our knight. And if he
But
capture the knight on D, yeah, then
then
pawn will
also,
capture.
but the structure is not nice, no? If you see in this situation, white
Yeah, that
structure is so open.
structure is not nice, absolutely correct, but this is the best we can have. We are developing the pieces. We are not moving any pawn.
Hmm.
Or later on, king will go to H2 also, and rook will go to G1. We will have a safe king over there as well.
Same situation. Yes, yes.
Right now, there is no check, which is white can get feared of. Queen to G4. If check is not possible, bishop is controlling that square. So everything is fine.
Queen
Everything
can
is
come
fine.
to
I don't think
F6
white
though,
will
but
survive in this position. Black can play queen f6 and bishop
exactly.
captures
I was
is
also
there.
saying
Yeah.
Queen F6 is a plan.
Yeah, queen to
And
Bishop
f6,
captures.
f6, and king to h2. And then later on, we are going to
So you
push the
can't go
rook
king to
on
h2.
g1.
You can't go this time h2 because this pawn is like, yeah, this pawn is falling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, but we have to defend the king also. We can't do anything. The position was
Then there
already
will
broken.
be, yeah.
The
Position
position
is
was already
already.
broken.
this
This
position
is the
was
best.
broken due to
This is not for. Yeah, I was not going for the winning
So
position. I was
is
just
d3 wrong here?
best way to
Does
survive.
white has to play bishop
D3 is
d2?
actually wrong. Yes, D3 is actually wrong
Uh,
here.
Is d3 wrong? Does white has to play bishop d2
Because
or something?
if white plays d3, then the position will definitely go open because the knight comes to d4 and the knight takes knight, pawn takes knight, the position goes open.
Still over here, okay, white can play after knight to d4, white can play pawn to g4, something like this. Pawn g4,
But
there is
sir,
no knight
sir,
on
pawn, sir,
f6.
bishop
So
will take it. Sir, bishop will take it.
why?
pawn will take it.
Pawn captures then.
Pawn
Oh,
capture.
No,
so I thought
it
it's
is
already been. Oh, sorry.
there is no knight on
Okay.
You
f6.
thought
It will
that the
not
knight
work.
is sitting
Yeah,
on
there was.
f6.
Yeah, there was a knight.
No,
Yeah,
it will
Absolutely.
not work.
yeah. But sir, we can retreat the bishop and play h5. We can retreat the bishop and play. We can play h5, and we can just destroy the white's position. Sir, come back. Come back. Come
Where?
back.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's saying.
retreat the bishop. Yeah, h5, and we can destroy the white's position now.
Right now the king is partially open and we can try castle to the longer side as well, as in push the queen forward and castle to long, and we
Yeah.
can
One of the
play like
best advice I used to give to my student is, can you go back, sir, a little bit when the white get castle? Just yes, here. So one of the best advice I give to my students, like whenever you see your opponent playing d3 or d6, immediately play h3 or h6, whatever color you
h3.
are.
Yes, I tell them the
Don't
same.
go for anything. Don't go for anything. Just go for h3 and h6. We don't want any of this trouble. We
And
will
we
play
don't
a
want
simple game.
twins.
But
We
sir,
will
but
play
sir,
just simple.
probably if you go strategically with the advanced player, strategically, actually the slight mistake. Why I'm telling you,
Yes,
in
yes, it's a
future,
mistake.
yeah, actually the slight mistake in the future. Why I'm telling you, because after long time, like in a middle game or somewhat, bishop and queen battery will be dangerous on h2. So that time g3 will be less promising. That time g3 will be less promising.
Absolutely
I'm
correct,
talking.
sir. Absolutely correct. But we can't to be honest
Mhm.
to say, we can't give bet on everything on the middle game. First of
Yeah,
all, we
yeah,
have to
that's
survive the opening. First
yeah,
of
yeah,
all, we
that's
have to survive the opening. Then we will get to the middle game. If
yeah, yeah.
everything falls down in the opening, what will is
Mhm.
the matter of the middle?
Mhm.
All right. Okay. Right. So, this is the game. Okay. Let's see what happened in the game.
We have
And
so many requests in the chat box to
yes,
watch
that's
the
why
others game.
that's why let's just jump to the next ones. And someone please keep checking. There are some technical issues going on. So someone please keep checking if I'm on the correct game. If I'm not,
Absolutely,
just point it out.
absolutely.
All right. Okay. So let's go to the next one, which is
Red
Dakshin
Red Sparrow.
Red Sparrow
Red
versus
Sparrow.
Thorult
Thor.
Warrior. Okay, 1 second. Let's just pull up that game.
The name is very powerful, Thor Warrior.
Yes, so
These kids are really very interesting sometimes with the usernames and all.
but Red Sparrow
I think
played
that
against
I think that that was the only game where we saw a Scotch opening. Rest of the people are playing the same thing, copycat opening. If I'm not wrong.
So because of we are teaching them a basic opening principles, right? And in the basic opening principles, you guys are telling like open the bishop on the good square, open the knight on the good
These
square,
On the
and get
happy
castle.
square.
these kids just go for any opening. To be honest, they just go to watch any YouTube video. Sir, I
Huh.
watched this YouTube video and I'm going to play this opening. Teach us.
all right. So
Okay,
guys, let's
here we have a two nice opening. Two nice opening.
right and two knights are here, and you were talking about h6. Black hasn't played h6
This
when
is
white played
this is
d3.
one of the very dangerous opening. One of the dangerous opening this is. If we can go back a little bit from the starting position.
Sure, let's go back.
This from the move fourth.
Here.
Yeah, this is 2 knight
So
defense.
here, yeah, this is a 2 knight defense. Russell name was a player who I think Russell it was, who invented this 2 knights opening. So he used to play this against the world champion. I guess it was Capablanca or Emmanuel at that time. He used to play this opening. This is a very like double sword opening. So what is the thing? These days people knows that this is a very tricky opening, so they just go for d3. They don't take any risk. But if we go, we can go for knight to g5.
Right, we can go for knight to g5.
Absolutely, do a double attack on the f7 pawn.
Yeah.
All right, and how does black
If
react then?
black is not prepared, then he is just going to lose. He is just going to lose if he is not prepared.
On knight to g5. All right,
Then
interesting.
d5 will
Okay,
be
No,
d5 will be good move. D5 will be good
d5
move.
is good.
d5 is the only move. So d5
Mhm.
will come. The pawn will capture the pawn.
And then
And now here,
knight to
and the
a5.
best move here is knight to a5. But
Yeah.
people here also play knight capture knight. Like we are just grabbing a pawn and everything is safe.
But after that
Knight
queen f3 will
capture.
come. After that queen f3 will.
Yeah, knight
After that
Queen
capture
queen
f3.
knight. Knight capture the pawn.
Knight,
Sorry.
Knight
but
And
capture.
now
queen.
here, no,
Not no
rather
no no
than
no
going to
not
f3, we
Queen
can
to
have this flag lever attack.
fried liver
This
attack.
knight
Yes, fried liver
Yeah.
attack.
Okay.
going to f3, king to and knight to c3.
But
And
now,
by
sir,
the
now, sir.
analyzation, it has been already been observed that black will not survive this attack. Later.
But sir, white needs to play very, very technically correct. If he misses any
Absolutely. That's the reason
single
this
move
is
in
a
this
double
position,
sword out.
yeah. If white is missing single move, definitely white will lose the game
all
because
right.
already he sacrificed
Absolutely.
the knight, right?
But the more pressure is from black side. White is a little bit pressure. We have pressure that white has pressure, but black is the one who is in the downside.
Okay, guys, let's quickly go and analyze. Let's see what did the kids do here. The kids played d3, did not go for. He went for a safe option there, probably planning to pin the knight. Doing basic things here, and let's see what happened. Yes, definitely that happened in the game, and so white won.
Sir,
Okay,
sir,
did white had an
stop here.
option?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, definitely. To open the king and then later on the queen also can come to
I don't
f3.
think it will work. I don't think it will work. I don't think it will work.
Right. Let's see.
So how will you, sir? Nihal,
King
sir, tell me, how will
King
you survive? How will
G7
you
and
survive?
bishop. Okay, over here
Bishop come,
can play.
and then king to h1 will come, and f5, f4 will come.
Sir, I will
Then
move
the
my
knight
knight to
is going
c3 and
nowhere. The knight is going nowhere.
yeah.
The knight is going nowhere.
This is again a
Okay,
tricky,
so what are you
tricky.
gonna play? Okay, over here, if white plays king to h1, he can simply move his queen because there's only one attacker on the knight. He can move the knight on the next move. Move the queen. Okay,
No,
white,
no.
black can
First we'll play queen f3, right?
queen f3, then bishop to d6.
Queen to f3 is not that impressive because king will go to g7 and everything is fine from us.
Yeah, queen
So it's
f3, king g7, then bishop
attack.
g7.
We are better to attack the knight with the help of rook by playing f4. Yeah, we can make a rook and just f4 is there.
All right. Okay, guys, but this
And
is not.
if anything happens, queen to
Uh,
h4 is coming also.
okay, all right. White just retrieve the bishop. All right, this did not happen in the game. Let's just quickly analyze it. We have one more last request, which we'll take, and then we'll end the stream there after that last request, which is Advita versus Risha Swami. All right, some very, very interesting, very insightful lines going on here. This was a very interesting move that White could have played here, Red Sparrow, keeping that in mind, but looks like a very interesting game. And okay, this did not happen. All right, then Black itself made the first mistake of the game. Looks like here.
This games reminds me of Magnus Carlsen versus Nakamura. Nakamura played the same line against Magnus Carlsen. I think it was in the Grand Swiss tournament wrapping up.
This h5.
Yeah, h5.
H5 is a good move here.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
The similar type of move, similar type of position.
Okay.
It was there.
All right. Okay. Because I think it looks dangerous or scary here, h5, because this pawn is falling.
I think
And
that knight was on h7 when the Nakamura
yeah.
played that.
Okay, and this time, okay, in one of the games we saw that I guess one of the games we saw Aditya or somebody missed the tactic. This one where they played Bishop D5, we were analyzing that, but here Red Sparrow found it, so that's great. All right, and he found the fork, knight fork
Double
here,
attack.
double attack. All right, and okay. And as we were talking about, if the king is open, it's really, really dangerous. So white has that edge. And
Yeah, queen exchange is good. White. Okay, this is bad move. Rook E A1 is bad.
Yeah,
Knight
right.
capture
black is
C2
trying
is
to cap.
there. Yeah,
And
This
then the
also
game,
shows a lack of
but
development.
still
This
it's
is
a
also
better
shows a lack
position
of
for the
development.
white. Still better position for the white.
yes,
Yeah,
white.
white has two pass pawn. We can make
Yeah.
pawns queen over there.
All right.
Not a
So
problem.
looks very interesting. And then, okay, black just kept on
This
exchanging
is a bad
pieces.
move.
Exchanging,
The
yes.
white should have played the rook. White should have captured with the rook rather than the pawn. Before little bit back
Here,
here.
all
Capturing
right.
with the rook was much better.
Yes, we should not try to get double pawns. And still, white still had a better position, and white easily converted that, I feel. And yes. All right. We saw this ending, right?
Yeah, we
Yes.
saw that.
Yeah, we did.
We saw this ending, and white made one more queen, two queens on the board, and that's the checkmate. All right,
Yeah.
guys, last game, last request. We have from Advaita versus Risham. Let's just go and let's see Advaita versus Risham. 1 minute. Category, I'm not sure. Okay, Advaita versus. This is the first category, first game. Let's just see how does it go. How did it go? Okay, so this is the game Advita versus Rishin,
Okay.
and Rishin is playing from Rishin Vivian is playing from the team Popular Polgar. Advita plays from the victorious Vishy. All right, let's see how did it go. All right, just a second. I hope the game is pulled up. Okay,
It's a very long game.
it's a long game, but let's see quickly. All right.
Wait. After h3, instead of bishop captures f3, black would have played knight to d4.
D4, yes, knight to D4.
All right,
Knight
so
d4
Advita,
was
if you are
better.
watching this, knight to d4 attacks the queen as well as attacks the knight. There is already adding pressure to the pin here. The knight is already under pin. So the experts suggest knight to d4 would have been a better choice here instead of capturing the knight. All right. Also, should she capture? Should Advita? All right. Sorry. Rishav, should he capture
So,
the queen?
Yes, queen was much better.
Definitely. And
All
if
right.
in the next move knight comes to D4, then the queen can come back to D1.
but the
Even I
problem
would not
still
recommend because
black
pawn
can
is still
play
handy.
b.
Pawn is still handy. Going to d3 is
Or
better.
D3. Anyway, as in supporting the C2 pawn.
Not to c3. Not to c3.
Why not to c3 is this trick here, which we all love to
But
do.
bishop
It's
is
But
the
there.
bishop is there.
Bishop is
Bishop is
there.
there.
Bishop
Bishop
is
is
there.
there.
oh,
But
okay.
we can trick this bishop. We can trick this
How?
bishop also with the pawn on b5.
The pawn on B5.
b5, b5.
All right. Okay. Awesome.
And
Then the
there is a
bishop.
double attack also.
Oh, then you win the knight. So many tactics in the game, which I guess I haven't seen. I'm not sure whether the kids were seeing it. Interesting to see all these tactics pointed out, and interesting things going on. Let's see what happened in the game. All right, let's see. Knight d4 eventually came. Queen went to d3, and yes, okay. Oh, the queen just went
What a
here to
nice one.
attack the
What a
knight.
nice one.
Yeah.
Great move here by the
Better
kid.
move is to capture the knight over there. Or with the bishop over there. With the knight. Better to
bishop?
capture the bishop with the knight, the black bishop
Uh, Knight
on
takes
c5.
the bishop. Is
Oh,
that you want?
with
Yeah.
for white, you're saying. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of
No, it
king
will not
h2.
work. It will not work. It will not work. After bishop captures knight, black can play queen captures h3.
Yeah, that's the problem which I was thinking.
Yeah, queen captures h3 and
Queen to
knight
f3,
captures f3.
f3 is now not unstoppable.
Yeah,
And knight
Can we do
x
anything? Can we do
x6.
anything about this
F8.
thing? I guess not.
no.
Queen to king to h2 is the best.
Right. So
That's the
great
best.
move found by the kids there. And all right, black is already, I guess, a piece up and a better position. This bishop is stuck inside. So white is a little bit struggling here. So good gameplay by Advita there. And all right. Oh, and
No,
just
okay.
this is just game
Oh.
over. This
Yeah.
is game over. All right. And black, I guess, would have converted this game smoothly then. All right. We were here when the game started. We tuned in. Uh, Also, interesting to note here, the mistake here. White has 9 minutes on the clock at this position. Black has 6.5 minutes, like 6 minutes 50 seconds. So that is where I guess White played too fast in these positions, where White blundered, and then it was very difficult for White to
White
stay.
blunder starts with the move, I guess. Can you go back if I can just tell you?
I also want to
Think
point out one slight mistake I think is wrong
Yeah.
according to me. That is knight
Fifth,
when it
sixth
came
move.
to a4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sixth move. Sixth move.
this
knight
one.
a4 is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, knight a4.
Again,
Yes.
again, the opening rule is broken.
Yes,
The piece
exactly.
is
Also, the
moving
knight,
same again, again.
like, also one more fact, the knight is very bad in the corners. So, one should never put the knight in the corners.
All right. Opening rules. Kids stick to the opening rules. Never play the knight or the pieces towards the corner. Always play towards the center. As pointed out by our expert coaches here on the panel, you go to the corner. That was the mistake from move six, which started, and it was difficult for white to come back in the game after that. Black showing some class here, playing with this crazy good move. This is an excellent move pointed out by Nihal there, that the queen attacks both the squares and king h2 is the only defense left, and then black just converted smoothly, even gave up the queen. A very mature play, I guess, for the kids at the kid level, just giving up the queen and just making sure the game. Yeah, checkmating here. We have found the check. Okay, took some time, but yeah. Beautiful checkmate here, trapping the king. All right. And guys, that was the last request. Thank you, parents, for being so active, for being so patient for the kids, waiting it out for the such a long span, and being patient, analyzing, looking at. So, brainy tech kids, Rini Roy. So thank you so much for being there. Rajat Malik says, "Good going, team. Thanks for tuning in." Tushar Sharma is there. So our community helping us there in the chat. So it was mad fun, crazy for the audiences for final time. Guys, victorious Vishy takes home the team from India and Sri Lanka, dominates throughout. Nehal is celebrating. I can see there. Prakriti also has a smile. Aniket, Karan, no issues there. Popular Polgar, great play from the kids from Germany and the UK or the European region there. All right, guys, your final words for the kids. Let's start with popular Polgar team, and then we'll come to the victorious Vishy team. Karan, Aniket, what are your final words for the kids? Let's start with
Yeah.
you, Karan.
So basically, I wanted to be
Thank you.
with the kids who lost the game. So they don't need to feel disheartened because this kind of opportunity will come again and again for you. So take this as experience and go forward. Let us enjoy everything. So don't focus on the result. Try to enjoy everything, every moment of game. So this kind of moment we will remember. Result are the part of life, and that's all about from my side. Over to Karan sir.
Okay. Everything is said by Aniket sir. I would just say something like because of the games which we have analyzed, we can see that the kids need to work on their opening first. Okay, the major game is looking good, but they need to work on their opening. And second of all, I am very excited to see the semi-finals now. Who is going to win the semi-final?
Everybody is waiting for the semifinals. Prakriti, over to you. Final thoughts.
Everyone playing here was so amazing, as in even we couldn't figure out some of the moves, but the kids were doing. So it was nice seeing the games, and all the best to everybody, and especially to Victorious Vishy as they are in finals. Sorry, not finals, but semi-finals, manifesting that they go to the finals as well. So
All
yeah, that's it.
wishing Victorious Vishy best of luck. And Nihal, your final thoughts.
Yes, I think Victor's Fisher will win the final. I'll hope so. Okay, they will lift the World Cup. Okay, so I hope.
Yay.
Nihal, a big fan
All the
of
best,
Vishy
Victorious
Anand,
Fisher.
as well
Yes,
as
yes.
Victorious Vishy here. All right, so guys, that's on the note, and looking forward to the semifinals. Stay tuned to us. Semifinals happening on 23rd of December, next Saturday. But before that, tonight, and for we have an exciting quarterfinal, third, 3 and 4 matchup at 10 p.m. IST, or if you are in the Canadian or the US time zone, it's very early in the morning, 10:30 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. I guess the Eastern time. So you guys can tune in at that hour, and we'll see you again tonight. See you guys there. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the scene. Show us the love, and we'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.